Good morning. I am Akwako Jennifer reporting for Wisdom Yard Television. Tinubu must investigate Buhari's ministers properly. Yerima. Man, girlfriend sells 1-month-old baby to fund drug addiction. The news in full. Ex-President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, appointed ministers pretended not to see massive corruption in his government. It is now important that they give account for the source of their wealth and their families. The national president of the Ariwa Youth Consultative Forum, AYCF, Alhaji Yerima, said, despite the laudable moves Tinubu has made in less than 1 month in office as the president, he is ready to engage the administration if the government goes the wrong way. During an interview on Sunday with Vanguard, Shetima said past ministers and their families should be brought to account for all they have done while in office and explain the sources of their wealth if the anti-corruption fight of Tinubu's administration should be taken seriously. He also spoke on Asari Dokubo's outbursts about oil thieves, among other issues. We have seen actions and body language in the last 20 days which have given hope, unlike the last 80 years when we thought Buhari was going to perform magic from the beginning. It took time before he appointed his ministers. We thought it was still consulting, looking for a different set of people. But the same characters that were there before he came, not even up to 6 months, his administration ended up squashing the treasury and putting Nigeria in a huge debt. During the few days of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in office, we can see the changes we've not seen in 8 years. We hope that the changes will continue. Nobody should be allowed to go free. Anyone who is found wanting should be brought to book. We look forward to seeing him beyond the action on EFCC head. The past ministers and their families should be brought out for investigation for what they did while in office and explain their source of income. We will have to take this government seriously in terms of fighting corruption. In terms of the economy, we have seen the body language too. The Wale Eduns, the Ribadus, who are young elements, very principled and serious-minded people. We could see the direction the president is going in. Firstly, the issues of Asari Dokubo raised are very essential. The Dokubo I know does not raise any alarm when he is not sure of it. Don't forget that the allegation he raised didn't just start today. It only takes people with the courage to come out and say what he said. What he said is not different from what Tompolo said a few months ago. It is also not different from what Wike said in Rivers State that some security personnel are involved in bunkering and vandalization. I trust him and I believe what he said. It is left to the man in charge, President Tinubu, to take a decision. He needs to take a decision on top to stop the ugly trend. As it is today, we have to be cautious of issues that will further divide the nation. The last government succeeded in creating more divisions. Tinubu is aware and mindful of that. His calculation was to have a Muslim as vice president to get the North on his side, which paid off for him. No section will win an election to rule this country with the support of the North. So in that wise, you can't allow another Muslim to take the position of the Senate president. It seems President Tinubu is willing to have youth in major positions in his government. As Ariwa youth leader, don't you think experience also counts, especially going by where we're coming from? Those approved experiences don't know anything, and they are the same characters who took us from where we were today. It is time we had Nigerians who are digitally intelligent in major positions. The so-called experience should support them. They should allow the younger ones to learn from the mistakes of the older ones that have not taken us anywhere. I agree that not all of them failed, but we can start from those who have done well. The world has moved on. We have to move on too. We cannot get that from the older. His track record is that he is somebody who always believes in youth and using the best brains and making them give him results, not because he knows it all, but because he believes in tapping from the younger brain to get results. It is on record that what he has done, no political leader from the 1960s to date has achieved that in terms of empowering youth and making them greater. I hope others will emulate him. God knows why he gave him his position, and that is why he, Tinubu, should do more. Edo State Task Force against human trafficking has arrested a 48-man, Anthony Idonogu, and his girlfriend, Joy Umukoro, 28 years, who allegedly sold their 1-month-old baby to fund their drug addiction. They were arrested with their friend, 26-year-old Precious James, who facilitated the illegal transaction and linked them to the baby's buyer in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Briefing the journalists in Benin City, the head of the investigation unit of the Edo State Task Force Against Human Trafficking, Abigail Nyore, said the baby was sold for 1.7 million naira, noting that the investigation was ongoing to rescue the baby and apprehend the buyer of the child. Nyore said, "Our investigations revealed that Joy Umukoro, the mother of the baby, delivered the baby in April 2023 and conspired with her boyfriend to sell their baby for 1.7 million naira. She has confessed to the crime for selling the baby." Investigation of the cause continues as we intensify efforts to locate the buyers and the baby, as the matter will be charged to court on Monday, 26 June 2023, so that everyone culpable is made to face the wrath of the law for their criminal activities. The suspects said they carried out the action because they couldn't afford to take care of the baby. These people are alleged drug addicts, and when it was clear that they couldn't take care of the baby, they decided to sell him. But that wasn't the best option for them because the decision may destroy their lives. The punishment for child trafficking is about 7 years imprisonment. I urge that those that can't take care of their babies not to sell them, but bring such office of Edo State Traffic Task Force Against Human Trafficking, as well as collaborate with the Ministry of Gender and Human Affairs to take the baby to other agencies that can take care of children. Selling that baby is not a good option, as the outcome may end you in prison. According to the mother of the baby, after giving birth to the baby, life became very difficult, and I approached my friend to help me link a buyer, and she gave me a link. I traveled to Port Harcourt with another woman and sold the baby for 700,000 naira. The drug I take is the cost. I also sent some money to my mother for the 2 children upkeep and some for my father's burial. It'd be no good, the father's baby said. We stayed together and gave birth to the baby, and the mother said she could not take care of the baby. She told me that her friend Precious James found a buyer and she traveled to Rivers State to sell the baby. When she returned, she gave me 100,000 naira. The headlines again. Tinubu must investigate Buhari's ministers properly. Yerima. Man, girlfriend sells 1-month-old baby to drug fund addiction. I am Akbako Jennifer, reporting for Wisdom Television.